keeping order tonight, and there was a lot of talkbacks and outbursts, so I appreciate you doing that, and we'll carry on. Clarification for items on the agenda, Mr. Hanson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to get this in before we get too late in the evening. First of all, I'd like to thank Council for taking my view that I presented on Thursday, that it would be futile to go out and find an interim CAO, and now there's a more direct course to finding a permanent CAO. I do have a question on that regards. Is there an upset limit on how much you intend on paying for the consultant?
Council never placed that on there that I am aware of. We'll see what we get the proposals back to us.
The next one was along that same vein. No, I'll go to a different one. In a former life, in another municipality, I dealt often with peddlers. And I quite often watch local American news. And this proliferation of donation boxes is occurring throughout the United States. And what it is, it's profiteering and fly-by-nighters that are going out and dropping these boxes off. Now, they might say that they're using a pittance may go towards some sort of charitable organization, but it's only a small, minimal percentage that it is. It's a for-profit organization, and the municipality does have a peddler and businessman's bylaw, and where peddlers must have a door-to-door license. And if these people are for-profit organizations, they must have a license from the municipality. And I think that's one way that these guys, or whoever they are, can be dealt with, because quite often they're coming from out of the big city and they're just dropping them off, and they're taking what they can get and moving on.
We will, that'll be part of the report. We'll take that
and finally, in this other municipality that I was once involved with, they had a problem with in-camera and leaks going to the press. And the way that they dealt with it, instead of going through an integrity commission, was very simple. They had all the councillors file affidavits saying that it was not them. So that may be a cheaper way to go about it.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Yeah, Mr. Doherty?
Oh, go ahead.
No?
Oh, you go ahead.
I still get this. I'm the decider. You go ahead.
Okay. It wasn't really on the agenda, but Councillor Russell brought it up. 2 years ago, we took some council members around Ipperwash area and told them the places of our concerns. Now, nothing has been done there in 2 years, so I went back to John Byrne and we started working on it again, and he was supposed to have some information for me this fall. Well, things erupted, and so I've turned to Janet and asked her if he had left any of the information about how far we had gotten with the natural resources and Kettle Point. Where is the information? Who has it that he had that would have been passed on to us to work with natural resources to get the washrooms and these parking lots back to where they're supposed to be, and stuff done at Ipperwash that was supposed to be done?
We'll find out what's going on.
Good.
I know the committee would like to get going on that again. Mr. Fairley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like clarification from the Deputy Mayor and the councils who supported her amendment to the minutes of December 17th. How can elected officials not know the difference between a candidate seeking election speaking to ratepayers and an elected official seeking to meet candidates outside the advertised process? Is a sad state and an insult to the intelligence of the ratepayers of this municipality, in spite of Mr. Sharon's attempt to legitimize it. Common sense, if nothing else, should have been enough to tell people not to do this. The other thing I've heard here tonight is I heard that, and I think it was in, I won't say who said it, that it had been decided by council that only people from Ward 4 would be considered. Who said that? Yeah, okay,
That was, the municipal act defines that anyone from the municipality that is elected is eligible. Past practice of this council has been that we would select someone from Ward 4.
why did you not advertise it that way? And have the two ladies that came in here and prepared their statements to the council? Why did you do that?
As it was, we have to follow the municipal act, which says everyone's eligible. We didn't advertise it that way because if there would have been no one applied from Ward 4, we couldn't have done it. That's the only explanation I can give.
I'd be interested to hear the response from the deputy mayor.
Okay. Mr. Matzka?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think this is really to the issue of the DND water connection. You're going to get paid $1,940 from DND to connect it.
Yep.
Is the meter on municipal property or is it inside? Oh, okay, because that's crucial, because then at least you can get to it in case something goes wrong. Okay, and is OMI going to put the meter and the pipe in?
No. OMI will supervise installation and they'll hire a private contractor.
And the 1940 will cover all the expenses.
1940 will cover all the expenses. That doesn't include the expenses of the installation. D&D is paying for that direct.
Okay, thanks very much, appreciate it.
Jeff Wilcox here, Mr. Mayor. Just clarification on a couple of things here. Point 8.4, the report on the wind towers. Is this council pro-wind energy or anti-wind energy? I know there's a lot of wind projects that are proposed for the area. And then the deputy mayor just brought up an issue with a cell tower that may be going in the Port Franks area. My question is, if we're pro-wind, when do the wind towers stop? When they're in the water and we're looking at them from the beach and we got to drive boats around them, or how many are we going to put in? That's one question. I got another. As long as I can remember, I grew up on the river. I had a business on the river along the Sabo Cut. And in my opinion, there is no short-term or temporary solution to dredging the rivers and the mouths. You're always going to have silt coming down them. They're always going to plug. It's just like snow falling on the streets. It's not something you're going to come up with a simple solution for that's going to fix it. It's something that's got to be in a long-term plan. Either you are going to deal with it or you aren't. It's just something I wanted to know what the council's opinion was on that. Also, I invite the deputy mayor after this meeting to just discuss the cell phone tower issue afterwards, just privately, if she doesn't mind. Thank you. Any answer to that, Mr. Mayor?
Whether the council is
Pro-wind, anti-wind, don't have a decision.
I don't think we've ever made a decision where one way or another we are we're doing what we can to make sure that the Green Energy Act is held accountable for everything that they do in our municipality.
Okay, and long-term on the dredging of the rivers, whether it be at Grand Bend or Port Franks.
Hopefully
Look at that
that's
as a long-term plan, like snow removal.
That's what the direction is. We need to look after immediate. There needs to be something in place for long-term, and I think that's the direction with this working committee that council has talked about.